so much one more time. Kenny, this is a really nice music. Africa, yeah. One in a million. One in a million. Well, let me see this is really good, man. I'm really telling you, this is music by Abraham Winda, which has been getting the vibe in this episode and this videos, which is really great. And thank you so much for tuning in. Today is our last episode of this series that has been going on for the last few weeks, and today is a finale. And I'm here not alone, as you know, Sedrick, but I'm here with Frank Yamukumba in our studio today. Remember, this is a Muta production studio that has been giving us this good vibe to make this possible. Today it's a fun day because we're gonna talk about youth. And before you know that, Frank been working with youth for last many years. I've been in school here, started and finished college. Where did you finish at?
Kentucky State
University. So he has at least some big understanding of, you know, youth in America for the last 12 years that has been living here. And today we are talking about the topic, which is why do immigrants and refugees want to be more American than who they are? Speaking of who they are means than where they are from. Either they are from Rwanda or Burundi or Congo or Sudan or wherever. They want to be different. Why do you think they prefer being different than who they are? Exactly.
Yeah, I think you are. Yes, we are speaking about real things. That
yeah, sure.
With our youth here, you know, us being immigrant.
Yeah.
There are, you know, these things that we go through.
Yes.
And we have different experiences in that, but yes, we come here, we bring something different.
Yeah.
And it changes over time, and sometimes it changes into something completely
negative.
The opposite. You know.
And that's actually what we're talking about, the culture change in all this episode. Why is it that the culture has been affecting our youth so much? So tell us from your experience being here, going from maybe middle school, high school, and college, and finishing, you know, watching this new generation coming in. Why do you think they're trying to blend in much?
All right. I can speak on this experience.
Yeah, sure. Of course, we want to speak from real life experience.
Yeah. From my end, so I'll talk about public school for the youth.
Yeah.
Because the youth spend a lot of time in public schools, and I think that's a really good place to analyze what's going on there.
Yeah.
All right.
So what's going on there?
Okay. With that.
Yeah.
With that, you know, in public schools, you have to do things to survive in that environment.
So youth are facing survival mode, right?
Right, survival mode. So you come in. I'm talking about coming in as an immigrant, somebody different from what is going on in the high school. For example, maybe a high school, but it can be a middle school, it can be elementary school. But you're coming in, you are new, most likely you don't speak the language, most likely you look different, you're a different person. And you're trying to fit into, to understand where you fit in.
Yeah. You know? So that means it's part of a struggle that youth face to making sure they can also be part of that society, right?
I think, like, I can explain what you said in that way. Like you said, sometimes youth, adopt a different culture and they change.
Yeah.
So over time. So I can say that, you know, in their experience of being different in a new environment, they change and become and adopt some things.
So that's great. But does that mean that they have to necessarily forget their culture or being who they are?
No.
So why do you think there is this thing of, like, you know, let's say most, you know, African refugees, mostly Congolese, I come across with, they've been here like 2-3 years, but they want to look like American, or let's say they want to look like Black American.
That's what I was saying, like fitting in. So what's cool? Cool. You know the term cool?
Yeah.
Like I'm cool. That means I'm acceptable.
Okay.
In whatever. It doesn't matter if I'm from Africa. It doesn't matter where I am. But if I look cool, then
that means,
from your first impression of me is just, you know, you already accept me.
So that means if I don't look cool, which is good stuff, right? If I don't look cool, does that mean I'm backward?
It means like I can't really, like, I have to check you first. It means, you know, like who's that?
Okay.
Who's that kid? Like he's a bit different.
Yeah, he's
like we need to find out a bit more, you know,
of him. And does that make is that the same of like now when you see now youth today, they start wearing like low pants, I don't know, like you know, saggy pants style. They want to do some bling bling thing. They want to wear like Air Jordan style, just trying to, or they'll put like some stuff, or you know, I'm not saying like, you know, having earpiece or whatever is bad, but they're trying to, is that part of blending and things like that?
It's so when we watch TV, music video, what we see is cool in the video. In my point of view.
So that brings a good thing, because now there is part of social media that what we see that we're trying to copy. Is that is it okay to say copy paste?
Yes. Copy paste. Exactly.
So how does that help our culture?
So it goes back to, I think, the third episode. You can go back to the third episode. Where we say we take the positive and we take the positive from both sides.
The both sides. But at this point, I want to try to fit. Is it? I mean, let's speak the truth. Do we necessarily have to look cool?
That's a very good question. Is it necessary?
Is it necessary to look cool? No, tell me about it.
Okay, I used to think it was necessary. I mean, I used to sag my pants.
Oh, so you used to look cool sometimes?
Yes. I went through the path.
I never look cool. Maybe I'm old school. I don't know.
At one point.
So what made you change?
What is important? Like what is necessary?
What
changed? You know.
What is it then?
I mean, now I have to, you know, be a professional.
Okay.
You know, I have to do things to take care of, you know, of me. And part of those things require me to, you know, look a certain way and do certain things. So
that means every immigrant should look cool first and then get back on track, or
no, in terms of immigrant, okay, that's from my point of view, because I used to sag pants and obviously
just like trying to fit in, and you know.
From my I was losing it a little bit, if I can say.
So is it okay to say that most of immigrant refugees are trying to lose it?
There is that element of you can lose it if you're not careful.
Okay.
We can lose some things.
Does that, do you think that you know, that doesn't even make some youth to get into gangs, into things that they can't do because they want to look cool? Because part of some of the things to look cool, sometimes you need to smoke weed. You know, or
even more to that. Like you can, so if we look at, we're not the first immigrant here. So if we look at the same people, maybe the same people that immigrated here before us, maybe in different circumstances, and the kind of things that have happened here and that still happen, and it's the same environment that we are coming in.
The same environment we're coming in,
right? I think we can learn a lot from
that,
from analyzing like that.
I get you. I mean, if you're really smart and understand what we're talking about, I guess you get it. Now, we're talking about our youth. Don't you think that thing of being cool, it has led some to lost it all? And just perish. You know what I mean?
You're talking about crime, like you just mentioned crime. Drugs. There are many mistakes that you can make. While trying to, find yourself. And this is not just a problem that, African immigrants or immigrants are having. Also, Americans. American youth here are also facing the same, issue. So that's what I'm trying to say, that, we are in. So when I gave the example of the public school, the environment, it can be you know, an African American kid going through the same thing, trying to be cool, trying to, you know,
to fit in. Yeah.
The same thing can apply to any youth.
Any youth.
So the environment that these youth are in is what, you know, I'm trying to talk about and point at, you know, maybe this is not working out. This is not working out.
Yeah.
But in the public school system, there's a lot of pressure
that is in there. This is really crazy, but you know, this is really something we need to consider that much. You're trying to look cool, trying to fit in. Again, we're trying to lose it, which we've seen a lot of youth really perishing, and that led into drugs, drinking, smoking weed, and crimes that, you know, sometimes it really hurt. And again, the American system is very harsh in such a way that if you commit some or certain again, if you go against the law in some ways, sometimes it's bad to catch them. So what can we tell to our youth in order to not get into that path and remember what their culture is and what they came here to do? What can you tell them?
Well, the what I can say is very simple. You've probably heard it before.
Yeah.
Know where you come from.
Yeah, know where you come from.
Know where you are.
Where you were.
And where you're going.
And where you're going.
Yeah.
I like that. Know where you're coming from, know where you are, and know where you're going. Wow, that's really hard. I mean, that's really deep.
It's very simple, but if you look at it, that's what, you know, life is about. Knowing, you know, our past.
Yes.
You know, what does our past teach us?
Yeah, in some language, you know, back home, some people say kumbuka kuku.
Kumbuka kuku.
Yeah.
I know this one that said kuku anakulaga na ginye.
Mdomo, katira mdomo yake. That goes the same, right?
And my mom always throws that out there.
Out there, yeah. That's really great. So to this new, you know, youth, what is the? I mean, you say like remember where you're from, where you are, and where you are going. And I guess that's really very important in this generation because we don't need to see a lot of youth losing it because we need to see them prosper.
Yeah.
Becoming successful and doing good for themselves and doing good for their families. Because you know what, I've been seeing a lot of youth who are just like crazy. They'll speak like, you know, certain way. They're trying to act certain way. And funny thing, some even forget their language.
That's the
you know, I'll be like, abari, oh bonjour, oh man, I don't speak that language. I'm like, what?
There's a lot we can lose.
You know, and even somebody like, oh, you from Burundi? Oh, I don't know, I haven't. You know, it's just like it's he or she is proud of not knowing where he's from.
Yeah.
That's silly. I think that's really silly, and we should avoid that so that at least we can do better and become the real people and keep our culture, which is very important. So,
what can we do to keep our culture? Now, let's talk about like.
No, I mean, for me, I feel like it's really simple.
Yeah.
It's really simple. Like, stay true to you. You know, stay true to you. Stay out of trouble. Work hard. Go to school. Respect your family. Respect your color. Never lose your language, never lose your culture, but always remember where you're from. That, I guess, for me, will help you to move on. And that thing of being cool, it's crazy because it can lead you into a lot of things. And considering our skin, we can also be portrayed, we can also be stereotyped, you know, in different ways. And it can also be, you know, taken into different consideration by the law enforcement and anything. And those things are going to be hard for us to take. I mean, for me, that's what I see.
Yeah,
that's what I see.
It's all our responsibility.
Yeah.
To do little things to keep this going.
To keep this thing, yeah.
Yeah, like you were saying, language. You know, maybe we need to speak more. You know,
of Swahili,
of
French,
brothers,
of Kinyarwanda, of Kirundi. If there is a language in Sudan and Somali,
Shona is
Zimbabwe, speak your language so that you can keep it.
Yep.
That's great, guys. Thank you so much. This has been so amazing, Frank. Thank you, man. I didn't know the cool thing. Maybe I didn't feel it yet, but this is so great. And hey, stay out of being cool. But this is great. Thank you so much, Frank, for being here. Again, remember, check out all our episodes at www.sautivoice.com. You can get every information on great people, great guests that we had. We're going to say big thank you to Abraham Windo for his songs in the episode. Thank you big time to Muta Production, My People Forever, / Wakanda Forever, which is really good. So if you want to get this conversation going, you know, I'm a public speaker. I speak in different issues. Give me a call if you have an issue in a community that you want to speak about, either motivation, speak or any other thing. I can come to you and speak to your youth, and that will be great. And keep staying with us, keep up with us, so that we can keep developing these topics, also these issues that are affecting our community, and build a better society. Thank you so much.